So Jennifer Hudson just called battle on Tiffany Haddish and uncovered Tiffany for attempting to lay down with Normal. This is coming after Tiffany conceded that she actually needs to wed him to wed me. He can give me an apartment complex oak. You don't need a ring, you need an apartment building. Great Jennifer won't relinquish Tori with such ease. And she is hauling Tiffany for Phil and advance notice her to avoid her man. Yet it appears as though Tiffany is all set to war since she isn't withdrawing from this battle. Is this why Tiffany has been concealing Jennifer, the beyond couple of weeks young lady? He never gave me no damn studs. He presumably gave us to Jennifer. It seems to be rapper Normal is creating all in all a ruckus in the sentiment division, since he has ladies battling for his consideration left. And right yet the genuine dramatization is between his ongoing young lady and his ex, on the grounds that Jennifer Hudson, his ongoing boo, isn't taking any risks with regards to his ex Tiffany Haddish. She's persuaded that Tiffany is taking actions on him and Jennifer isn't one to simply let that slide. She called Tiffany out, uncovering her for attempting to take her man. Genuinely, you can't exactly fault Jennifer for having an uncomfortable outlook on Tiffany's alleged advances after all remark. And Tiffany have had all in all a set of experiences together. They used to be a thing dating for a strong year before they chose to head out in different directions. Their romantic tale started off around 2020. And they even been isolated altogether during the lockdown. The huge uncover of their relationship status came during an Instagram live meeting with Tiffany Gabriel Association and Dwayne Swim. Music Man, they were truly delightful as a couple, and fans couldn't quit discussing how marvelous they looked together. Additionally, there was an entire expectation that Tiffany may very well be the one to offer remark, bring the jump into marriage. I mean, they resembled the meaning of creative mind paradise. In addition to we should remarks fabricated a tea about going to treatment to figure out his responsibility stuff, and that he was in with no reservations for sealing the deal with a definitive accomplice. You have a fairly popular relationship mentor. Gracious. Definitely yes, I'm Michelle Obama. She has certainly helped talk me through specific snapshots of connections we had discussions. And she has provided me with a ton of shrewdness. Well, something extraordinary that she told me as I was going through this excursion was that you need to comprehend you won't get anyone that is wonderful in light of the fact that you're flawed. Comprehend to the point that there's a few certain things that you will think twice about, and picking that accomplice yet lengthy. As long as the guiding principle, the qualities that are generally essential to you, that individual you realize separates on that rundown. And you great, so we can't fault individuals trusting that Tiffany would be the one. I mean, coming directly up, said he was finished for those void silly connections. So when he and Tiffany began dating individuals, were all confident about some wedding chimes down the line. Yet it wasn't some time before reality hit. And it turned out to be evident that remarks I'm over my issue proclamation with somewhat temperamental individuals begun getting on and understanding Tiffany's inclination for him were way more grounded than anything sentiments he had for herself. And don't get me wrong, dislike, he was totally far off, yet Tiffany had most certainly put more serious energy into the relationship. For instance, we should discuss the calamity that was her 41st birthday. She was undeniably advertised about it, talking relentless in a meeting. She spilled that she had her expectations set high for coming to accomplish a bonus unique for her important day. She said, I'm trusting me and my man. We're going sweltering air spelling and have us a decent feast. That is what I might want to do on my 39th birthday celebration. I become inebriated with my grandmother, never done that. And on my 40th birthday celebration, I had a Jewish rite of passage. And that was really fun this birthday. 41, I need to go up in a sightseeing balloon. Tiffany had her sights set on a heartfelt sightseeing balloon day with her man, yet that never happened in light of the fact that Normal couldn't be tried to do that. All she got was a lot of blossoms, which was the barest least of how he might have helped her insiders for the tea that Tiffany wasn't precisely excited about this. since she had expected that he was deliberate about her and would have accomplished more than customary blossoms. She was side peering toward the circumstance and contemplating whether the flash was beginning to grow dim. Well, incidentally, her instinct was onto something, since Normal was to be sure beginning to lose interest, yet Tiffany wasn't prepared to surrender presently, certain they had their portions of promising and less promising times, yet not set in stone to stay by her man. Yet things truly began turning out badly, when she began discussing engagement propositions and stuff. Appreciate that this shouldn't have been an issue, since Normal himself guaranteed that he was prepared for marriage, so he ought to have been good with Tiffany's marriage talks, right? Well, not precisely on the grounds that he changed around to her right side after she began discussing marriage. Tiffany uncovered in a meeting that she would prefer to be proposed to with an entire apartment complex, rather than a standard ring. If you have any desire to wed me, he can provide me with a loft of it. I'd give you a duplex, yet an eightplex, or something like I said. Remark changed around on her when she began discussing marriage, and he clarified that he had no designs to propose. And when the paparazzi inquired as to whether he had any designs to propose to her, he fundamentally implied that he was there for a great time frame, not quite a while. It was great for myself and the woman you know right now. All I need is joy, great times, tranquility on earth. He basically said no proposition for Tiffany. And I surmise she got the reminder pretty distinctly, in light of the fact that they wound up separating several months down the line. Fans were thinking about what befell the relationship and how they went from being a charming couple to separating. Great Normal didn't stay silent about the separation, and he chose to uncover what precisely turned out badly. He gave old-fashioned Hollywood separation line about occupied plans, shuffling vocations, and obviously stuff like that. Once Tiffany and I got back progressing, it truly didn't consider us to invest as much time and set as much focus on our relationship. I don't think the adoration truly scattered. I think it was very much like we weren't taking care of a relationship well. Tiffany was not going to allow Remark to pull off that falsehood, so she told her own side of the story. She said he may be the sort of individual that never truly settles with someone. Perhaps he resembles, you realize, like a honeybee, going from one bloom to another to bloom. I don't realize I wish him only satisfaction and bliss. Well, quick forward 2 or 3 years from the separation, and it appears as though Tiffany is still into Normal, yet he has continued on from the relationship and is currently dating vocalist Jennifer Hudson. And Jennifer hasn't arrived, for Tiffany's waiting crush on her man Jennifer and Normal have been igniting sentiment reports for a couple of months at this point, and it appears as though things are strong between them. They've known one another for a really long time, since they run in comparative circles in Hollywood. Yet they got truly close last year when the two of them chipped away at the film. Brie, an inside source, uncovered that they've known one another for quite a long time. Things took a heartfelt turn while they were recording in Philadelphia over the late spring. When the day shoot wrapped, they'd constantly find their approach to one another's side. They attempted to deny their relationship from the start, yet we got affirmation of